As Earl has noted quite wisely in previous speeches, I am focused a lot on social media these days. I'm trying to be the social media guru of our Toastmasters Club, but anyone else is welcome to do that too. I'm talking today about this new paradigm of cloud stuff. Have you heard of cloud?
Yes.
I was on Air Canada and they had a magazine with all the advertisements. HP had a full page ad about cloud, and they weren't advertising their own products. They were just saying, hey, nice people who fly in airplanes, read this about cloud, learn about cloud, it's really important. As a social media junkie, I like thinking about how cloud applies to everyday life, how we consume media. I want to ask you a show of hands. Who has bought a CD or DVD in the last 2 months? Nobody. Nobody? Really? No CDs or DVDs? You haven't gone to like the mega store and bought anything? No? How many of you have in the last 2 weeks have watched some kind of music or entertainment video on YouTube? Everybody! I think I'm very perceptive here or something. I know the trends. And I think you know it already too. Also, we've seen in the last month or two, Blockbuster closed down. They were renting DVDs. They're now out of business. And I think a lot of the Rogers videos, the one on Davie Street is at least now under renovation. So it probably means it's going to be never coming back. So what is this happening here? What is actually the reason behind this trend? I like to think about it in terms of an analogy. This part of this speech is about using figures of speech and devices like metaphors and similes, stuff like that. I went to Home Depot and I bought a bag of sand because I needed to put it on the driveway. And this was something I do in wintertime. And I was thinking, this is really strange, because if you go to the beach, sand is not really owned by anyone. It's just owned by the beach. And you go to the beach, you enjoy the sand, and you wouldn't ever want to take sand home unless it's like a little memento or something. But when I buy a bag of sand, I bring it home and that's actually my sand. And I own the sand, I own a piece of nature. I can say legally that if someone steals this bag, they're stealing my property. I actually own this bit of sand. And it's kind of a weird thing that you can actually own nature. But I think that the new media is like going to the beach. It's not like buying a bag of sand. That's what we used to do. I don't really want to buy a CD or a DVD to bring home, because I'd rather just go to the beach on demand. All right, so part 2 of this speech, I want to talk about this concept of copy economy versus access economy. This is something, I saw a really fascinating video by this guy named Gerd Leonhard. He's a very interesting futurist who talks about the current trends. And he's saying that when we have a cloud, we're accessing things in the cloud. We're no longer copying stuff to keep on our own computer. What is the cloud? The cloud is when you host your data by a third party. You're giving your data to someone else, some big company. They're hosting it for you, like on YouTube or on Google Docs, Google Gmail, or even SAP Streamwork or other SAP On Demand, other SAP products that we have. We're moving into this cloud area as well. So what are some of the implications of this cloud thing? With mobile phones, we're always online. We're always if you're in the car, you can access your streaming music. You can listen to online radio while you're driving. You don't have to download MP3s, use CD players in your car. So we're always connected, we're always online. We have access to everything, pretty much anything in the world, anywhere we are, at all times. Everyone is getting more connected, more interdependent. And the revenue coming from this cloud thing is different. Instead of buying a physical media, like a CD, where you actually pay the distributor for the CD, you're actually just paying to access the service, maybe through advertisements where you're kind of indirectly paying or not. So these are some implications. I think in conclusion, this is a fantastic thing that's happening. We have access to everything we want, anytime, wherever we are. And that's a trend that's happening both in media and as a company like SAP. I'm really excited about this new trend. This is what I call a paradigm shift, and I think it's pretty significant. So thank you for listening. I hope to hear your feedback too on this kind of topic. Thank you.